Hello and welcome. LDLC and Virtus.Pro. LDLC will be on the CT side of Nuke. Armanek with a HE grenades and a CZ. Love a CZ for a busy area of the map on the CT side of, well, any map. I think a smoke going into heaven. Plenty of grenades for Virtus.Pro as common. Neo though losing 2 flashbangs of his frag from Devaduvek. Twanu on the high ground of A. Might see Pasha quickly, but there's so much action around the map. Lots of players around the hell position. LDLC with a man advantage for the time being. Now, where is the bomb going to head? It's in the hands of Snatchy at the moment. Pasha's going down to the low ground. Armanek's down there as well. 1 minute on the clock in this pistol round, which continues to advance. Only Snatchy has Kevlar at this moment in time. One tap from Morels. Logan looking around as well. The bomb still in the hands of Virtus.Pro. 45 seconds for them. Here's Morel's gone. Now, I would say time pressure is starting to go the way of Virtus.Pro, but Snatchy's changed everything, opened up the A bomb site, and the bomb will get planted.
CZ, 12 of 10. Plenty of bullets. Pasha's softened up. Quick little pre-fire there. Just make sure if they haven't heard where he is, they definitely know now. Oh, jumping up onto the box. You gotta be careful with that. Landing and accuracy and all that. But it was a clean jump onto the box. Either way, tapping the bomb now. Finds the weak player. Pasha's dead. He can't really go for the hold here. Takes too long. Finds the headshot. The CZ will do the damage. Even 4 bullets to spare. Lovely. LDLC will start on the CT side with all the money. And with the success they had on the first map, that's a scary prospect for Virtus.Pro. But I would actually expect Virtus.Pro to have a stronger T side on this map for some reason. I'm just feeling it for them. And I'm hoping that they can show us more, show us greater and better things than on the previous map. They've had a time to adjust. So hopefully it will go better for them here. We'll see though, as time moves forwards. Shotgun out on Armanek. We're seeing that so commonly. It's really good fun to watch. We don't see shotguns purchased so commonly as we do on Nuke for the CT side. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how that works out, because we have the AKs in the hands of the Virtus.Pro players, Mihu and Snatchy. Rest of the squad going for pistol, no Kevlar. The AK's dropped, of course. And that shotgun ready on the ramp position. This could be juicy. Oh.
Wasn't sure you'd get so much out of it from that position, but maybe trying to limit the exposure to the pistols. Armanek with the black. Putting more shells in the barrels. There he goes. Once again. Shotgun almost pays for itself. $2,000 makes $1,800, not bad. Reasonable investment. But now it's been picked up by Morels in a post-plant situation, and Devaduvek's been taken up by Mihu. So problems will be compounded by the second and third frags in this recent situation. 21 versus 2, picking up another weapon to avoid the reload, looking around, spots one player towards the door. Where is a trade fragger though? Always the perennial question for any player moving into a situation or an area being held by the opponent. Neo creeping in the smoke. The bomber's exposed, he's got to face the water diffuse, but Neo will make him face the floor instead.
So a quick turnaround, and the money's been ruined, but we'll still see enough cash for a shotgun buy. And I, for one, want to see that work out, because for some reason, the shotgun's really, really satisfying. That's actually something in game design which is really interesting. You know, how do you make something satisfying? How do you make the avatar sort of feel very connected to the human controlling it? And, well, 5-7 will do some damage. Oh god, oh no. The scout's in play as well. Headshot from Twanu, and all of a sudden 3 players are left. Alex still creeping outside. There's not enough players necessarily for Virtus.Pro to really deal with everything. So how do they get through these major choke points Scout re-peeking once again, just creating distraction at this point because he's got a teammate close. If he can just keep the crosshairs occupied, the 5-7 doing a lot of damage here, finds another one. And they survive with 5 players. That's outrageous. Outrageous.
LDLC. What a great story so far. It's just crazy what's going on in the French scene. The rumors of some of the 3D Max players being picked up by G2, Existence and Smiths going to the bench and so on. I don't know if any of that's come to fruition. I saw a post on Reddit. Haven't seen much else just yet, but of course some of these players who used to be on LDLC, who, again, with the pickup of Armanek and Duvek from the old Misfits roster. Best team in France, or best French-speaking team, if you will. Some of the players from Belgium and such. And still, that scream continues to not be in any of these teams is even more weird. You just don't know what's happening behind closed doors. You really don't. But at least he's getting aces and face at Premium Q.
Oh, not even... Is he an FPL? It must be an FPL, sure.
Yeah. But just like, I mean, we queued the other day and we ended up with Fer and Cold Zero on our team.
Nice.
Which was pretty good. Cold Zero is dropping AKs to me on a CT side.
Really?
Yeah. James, take this AK. Well, if you insist. I will do that. I will go ahead and do that. Virtus.Pro will go ahead and charge into the A bomb site. Logan creeping around the silo. Armanek flying in. Good for 1 frag. Keeping it competitive. 2 versus 3 in favor of Virtus.Pro. 5-7 not working out for Alex outside. And Twanu will throw a flash in heaven and rotate. Or will he just try to save? I do wonder. The money is together, but... how on earth do you do a 1 versus 3 on Nuke into either of the sites of an AWP? I don't think it's really realistic, and 20 may realize that as well, just trying to hold on to the AWP. It would be safer maybe on the other side of the garage, but you'd have to get there first, and that most certainly isn't safe. So he'll stay where he is. And Virtus.Pro look good for a second round, second of 5. There's one. No sound cues from the other player, but Pasha will enact his revenge and get himself an upgrade as well.
Okay, well, shotgun still out. I'm gonna keep just making sure everyone knows because it is so much fun. Everyone buy shotguns. Quick push there behind the door. You can see that teammates did detonate a grenade on that door to allow Snatchy for a very fast timing. It's very effective if you have a CT playing main position. You can often get a timing to catch him off guard. And that can be a quick ult pick, but not this time. Snatchy's first attempt is being foiled, and you'll have to figure out something else. But that is a beautiful catch from Twanu. Spots the head, and very dead for Mihu. Forward position there for Pasha, all the way out towards Squeaky. Looking for anyone on top of the hut or in the rafters. And there you go. Finally, Snatchy catches an opening with that AWP. Now just has to find the next player. Oh, misses the shot. Shotgun gets one.
2v3 is the situation for Virtus.Pro. For the Poles, the land of Guamki. The door is open and both players are dead. They've got a plant, they've got some bonus money, but they did not last long on the B bomb site. Virtus.Pro. 3 players survive for LDLC, and maybe there's an AK to collect somewhere. There we go. 2 AKs and an AWP have been rescued. And LDLC are in a strong position once again. Now let's see, Virtus.Pro. This may be a light round for them. They don't have much money, so it will be the hero AK. They're not shy of heroes on Virtus.Pro. Rest in peace, Stanley. Duvek having to give up an angle, but not quite position. Alex holding down the outside area. Now Virtus.Pro still have Morels on the AK-47. He's taken some damage, but he's the only man with Kevlar. So I'm sure he will continue. Wonder how old Pasha's baby is now.
Must be at least 2 or 3, surely, at this point. Been around for a while. Maybe not old enough to play Counter-Strike just yet, though.
There goes Alex on the outside. So perhaps there's still something to be done, although as I say that the AK is being lost, and actually will pick it up. The aim punch isn't what it once was, but it's still a problem to deal with. And again, Snatchy with no Kevlar. Won't take too many bullets to put him to sleep. Big pop flash, but they won't overextend. They have the advantages, they have the bomb, they have position. And he will be sent into the earth head first. And actually 5-2 for LDLC. And the money still sucks for Virtus.Pro, even in this situation. The Hero AK may be just trying to keep the money honest for LDLC. But, I mean, look how light on grenades they are. They don't even really have, they don't have a HE. So you can't even see the standard fast play into A from Virtus.Pro where they blast squeaky door because they can't really afford even high explosive.
Well, now it's time for 20 once again. On the outside with the AWP, there'll be a couple T's out there looking to push forward. Snatchy readying a smoke grenade soon enough. You can see there's the lineup. Or will there be a lineup? So perhaps an upper attack here could be in the works for Virtus.Pro. It's quite fun that we're seeing Amanek playing ramp with the shotgun. Typically you see it in the upper bomb site. Pasha spamming behind the smoke to see if he could catch something, but unsuccessful. And time is just being burnt here whilst these smokes are up. Finally, the smokes will be tossed outside for the T side. Deep Molotov as well into the secret position. I really like that, just to make sure that the CTs can't confirm whether or not the T's are behind that smoke or not outside. And there goes the upper attack. So nice fake here from Virtus.Pro as they try to get the frags going their way. But Alex coming in from the side. Just everyone performing here on the defense for LDLC. Just Neo and Morels left in the 2 versus 3. And they will go down one by one. Neo trying to hold them off there with that Molotov. Nice headshot. Next player spotted there. Amanek with that shotgun. And it will be the AWP to do the finishing damage. 6-2 for LDLC.
Glorious, marvelous. I had a coffee with oat milk in it yesterday.
I like oat milk. It's nice.
I don't know that I've had it before. But it's better than almond milk in a coffee. That's for sure. I don't know why I'm talking about milk right now. It just came to my head. But it is an eco round after all. And again, we have the Hero AK from Virtus.Pro. On this occasion, it's going to be Neo. So he'll take the sacrifice for the squad. Twanu sees nothing through the smoke as some of the Virtus.Pro players make their way down towards Secret. So that will surely cause a rotation. In fact, Everduvek and Alex are both in the low ground, as is Morels. Again, the only person with Kevlar in this round for this Virtus.Pro side is Neo with the AK-47. Snatchy has a smoke grenade. Beyond that, there are no more grenades for Virtus.Pro. And again, if you can, you want the players with pistols to stay alive, to pick up weapons and so on once Neo picks up an entry here or there. They were contained in this position by a smoke earlier on. They're maybe looking for LDLC to make an overextension, but LDLC are pretty patient, not moving around too much, confident in their positions, and they will wait for Virtus.Pro to make their move.
Alex. It's a very good spot. You have to be very precise though. Love seeing Forrest play these positions, and the flick comes in, but Neo's faster. Bomb will make its way forward. So good use of the singular AK there. And it will multiply into 2 rifles now. And now here comes the CT's shotgun. Can it get any close range engagements? Very chunky damage there. Onto the close man Mihu, but the trade is in. And Neo, he's doing so much damage this round. 4K from Neo. He had the responsibility of the single AK, the one rifle on the team, and he made it count for Virtus.Pro. Very well done.
That is more than you could ask for. Again, I think it was a question of damage, but he did a hell of a lot more than that. A hell of a lot more. Look at the buy from LDLC. Auto shotgun, the Mag 7. Did Virtus.Pro release their new... Didn't they tease a new like redesign or something like that? I don't know if that has come about yet. But anyway, Logan's Mag 7 has not quite done the trick, leaving Pasha with 14 HP. Mag 7 is a cruel mistress. Sometimes you get surprisingly long-range kills. Sometimes you miss completely. It is regarded as one of the worst shotguns ever made. Oh dear. Oh, it gets there in the end. 25 bullets, no less. After missing so many, still get 2 kills is quite something. Leaves Mihu in the red as well. And look at these players. Mihu and Pasha have a combined 25 HP.
Quick mass. Oh, okay, is it me now? Well, doesn't matter if you have an AWP, because it's 1 bullet and dead. Unless it's select. But they've got a ways to go, and as you say, just any tagging here will be their downfall. Long ranges, though, could work out, but no. He will be out of the picture. That's the AWP gone, and now, without the AWP, you really think the chances start to diminish rapidly. Just peeking the angle repeatedly there. Spots Pasha trying to run through. I think he even took some damage there through the side of the container. If he gets a bomb plant here, that would be amazing work. He does. Beautiful from Pasha. Has the AWP as well. This becomes maybe winnable depending on how they go for the trade here. And there it is. Shotgun comes out.
Make sure he's extra dead. Kill him until he's dead, Dan. That's my policy.
Yes. And the bomb will be defused. LDLC 7-2-3. And another reset. This has been a trend. Couple rounds by LDLC. Bomb down. Round 1 by VP. The reset comes in. Rinse and repeat.
They just keep coming back. LDLC, they just keep coming back. You cannot keep them down. You cannot keep a good French team down. And finally, there's a good French team.
I'm sad that we're not seeing more AUG from LDLC. I think that it's so awesome. On this map, we saw Rez absolutely ruining LDLC with it. Oh dear, 2 smokes in the same place. That's not a good sign from Virtus.Pro, is it? Because it also means there's a huge gap. So there's a miscommunication there as to who should be throwing which smoke. As both players have, well, 2 players have thrown the fast smoke. Oh, the damage is incredible. Alex has just murdered 3 players. And now it's just Neo. He's been having a pretty decent game here, but he's the only one. And he will be taken down. 8-3. And an eco is in for VP. As we get closer now to the end of the first half, and LDLC are looking very strong. I imagine we'll be taking a peek at the leaderboard after these 2, well, after the conclusion of this match. And we'll see whether or not LDLC have recovered from their losses against NIP just previous.
Ooh!
Oh.
Snatchy! Looking for round number 4 versus Pro, and again, we saw a wild round from them where Neo had a hero AK. This is even more wild. He's got an upgrade, Neo. What is going on? Again, none of these players, remaining players at least, have Kevlar. So this can quickly advance. I think there may have been a sound cue there, but Armanek will stay the close quarters. Just a 1 shot required when these players are naked. Nothing to protect them from the elements. And the elements are LDLC. The bomb's being planted on the B-bomb site. Pasha still moving with a Glock. Both these players, so maybe Morels will find something to pick up a scout. Maybe not the best help. Most ideal situation for all these close quarters angles. Logan trying to pick the right time to go down the vent. Down he goes, spots Pasha. Pasha dead. Morels is there. God, does he go for the headshot? What does he even do? What's his choice? In the smoke now, almost hitting the mark. Logan with a 3K. The round has been rescued by LDLC. And they move to 3 times the score of Virtus.Pro.
It's pretty close though without the kit. Another couple seconds and that would be exploding everywhere. 9-3 indeed. And VP, they were close. They did a bunch of damage, but still a good economy there for LDLC nonetheless. And Virtus.Pro be needing to find some consistent success here. They can at best get another 3 rounds on this half. Okay, did they mess up the smokes this time? No. Okay, good. Much better. No gap. And there's no CTs in the close position, but finally with the AWP posted up on the stairs, that's going to be a very difficult challenge for Virtus.Pro and quite the surprise. Only 1 player down there though. And that's, if they now slow down the pace, that's a great way to catch someone playing aggressively. Because pushing up Secret as a CT is a really nice way to get info as to what's happening. And with one player lurking down there in Morels, waiting for that push, it could be a way you can open up the map, but that's not the case here. LDLC just holding position, waiting for the next move, and here it comes. Orb, shotgun, what does more damage? It's going to be the Orb here in this case. Shotgun falls back towards Rab as we see the split happening, but Twanu's going to cut off one of the heads of the push. Now there's just one left, and it's on ramp.
Would be standing in the flames against what is expected to get the kill. Gets away with 60 HP as well. It's pretty good, all things considered. 3v5 for Virtus.Pro. Off angles being held towards the ramp. Surely Pasha, well, he won't even get a chance, will he? The double doors, Twanu ready and waiting. Bomb moving towards the A site, but we've got more off angles to deal with, although I'm sure Logan will be looking towards Squeaky instead. He gets taken care of by Snatchy. And now, can they do a 2 versus 5, as we've seen from LDLC on the previous map at the very least? Molotov down the vent. 3 kits on the 4 players. Neo being proactive. Armanek expectant. I don't know where one of the 2 players is. Continues to try and entertain. But where are the other 3?
Well, they're gone. All gone now. 10 rounds for LDLC as they look pretty undisturbed, unperturbed against the likes of Virtus.Pro. The 4-buy for both teams. Twanu having a great game. We're seeing his sniping come out on top repeatedly, especially towards the outside. It's been very effective. And I really liked seeing the AWP on the stairs as well on the lower bomb side. That was also quite effective towards control room. And quick smokes here from Virtus.Pro. A little flash up in the air there by Morels as they are slowed by the Molotov. Back there, spraying for dear life. Need to catch Pasha, so they've really caught on to some of these squeaky plays. That's a free one, going the way of LDLC.
Snatchy, Morels and Neo, again in a less than ideal situation. Armanek in control. I like the changes that were made around this area towards those double doors, just the extra corners and so on. Make it a bit more challenging, more room for play. But they're almost lining up for him. And indeed, he will get 2 from 2, leaving Neo alone in a 1 versus 5, and he won't get any kills from that. It's looking like another 11-4 half in favor of LDLC. Likely even better than that, because the money for Virtus.Pro is arse in this round.
Yeah, they've really turned it around. When they were playing against NIP, it was such a different story. And here we can see that Armanek, for example, in the last round, he's playing really well. Individually, these guys are great, and Twanu's having a good game. They just have more space to work with. NIP are a much more imposing team because they're so strong individually. And here goes that push from Virtus.Pro straight through the door. They want this, but in comes Alex just spraying him down, and just Neo left now with the UMP bomb down on the ground as he tries to survive, but he'll get taken out by Alex in the end. 12-3 will be the scoreline at the end of the first half, as you suggested, and now Virtus.Pro on the ropes. And the ropes are, they're frayed, they're old, they're rotten.
Seen those bridges in China, where like some kids go to school walking around a mountain or from one mountain to another or something on those rope bridges. I've seen some videos on YouTube where the ropes get replaced from time to time and so on. A noble life. Virtus.Pro very much in need of winning another pistol round. Again, that was the road to recovery in the second half of the previous match, and it will need to be here as the situation is even more dire. 3 rounds instead of the 4. And numbers game being abused by LDLC. The initial players jumping, taking the crosshair away for easy trade frags, worst case scenario, but there will be no trade. 5 versus 4 for them. Space created on the B bomb side. There's a flank though. Virtus.Pro starting to come back with some frags from Pasha and Morels. Alex has position on the ramp, and and now we're in a 2 versus 2.
Alex and Devadivek. Oh, that's beautiful. Now just Morels left. The bomb is still down. Of course, they can now have the space to collect it. You can see that Morels has picked it up. Morels? Sorry, no. Devadivek. Morels is a CT. Morels will take position above the bomb site, but there's time to rotate back out with that bomb if they want. Morels, though, dealt with by Devaduvek, and that would be a very nice pistol won by LDLC. Got a bit ropey in the end, and ultimately will be finished off 13 to 3, and with all the money in the world, LDLC, you could expect them to be able to pick this one up. Virtus.Pro, they need to save for that next round buy, that third round buy. Double Mag 10, I really like to see that. And they can pretty much do whatever they want here, rush anything, just as long as they're moving together and they can trade out together, they will not really have a problem here. Smokes outside. Sending one player down, 20.
And very quickly down he goes. Taking out Snatchy. One player was heard in the garage. I think Alex may have spotted some feet. Only 2 players remain, and this looks like a quick one for LDLC. 14 to 3.
I like that round from LDLC because they throw those smokes outside. They send Amanek, I think it was, running down with the Mag 10. So the cool thing about that is that not only, he's probably going to win a 1v1 in a round like that. It's very likely with a Mag 10. So even if he dies, you're in a spot where you've threatened outside and the secret so heavily that if there's a guy in garage, he might actually walk out into the open. So that's exactly what we saw happen. You drop those smokes, someone walks out into the open, Amanek gets a kill, you're in a 5v3. That's a really nice way to do it.
Very good Molotov from Neo, but he's running out of bullets very, very quickly indeed. Got to fall back to reload. Morales can keep an eye on things for the time being. Such a long road back for Virtus.Pro, but the opening frag and both bomb sites held is a good way to start in this round, round number 18.
Mihu used the distraction though, as he pressured Squeaky to push into trophy room. So he's dangerous on the flank, but it doesn't matter if they just get all these kills. Mihu's still very far forward, but only now just pushing, and even though Devaduvik expects it, he'll still go down. So this works out. Mihu he placed himself in position to capitalize there and to trade out. So this is a positive situation for the Polish side. 3 versus 2 for them now. Can they finish it off though? That's another thing entirely. Is there an AK anywhere for Logan? Doesn't look like it. Oh, well, that's nice. They're going to line up.
Line them up.
14 to 4, or 4 to 14, I should say, as VP increased their score by 1. But it's still 10 rounds away. It's a hard life.
It is LDLC coming back with the guns. Some of them big, some of them less big. DAWP onto Twanu. See where he chooses to take it. Timely grenade outside. Will do some light damage to Alex. He'll wait for anything further from the CTs. Slowly creeping. Maybe heard by the player in main. Maybe not. Morale's even more elevated. More awkward angle for T's to deal with should they push into the A bomb site. Got players creeping around main. They're lining up for Alex. He knows one player is trapped in a secret position, but that player will just about escape. I think that was Snatchy moving into the lower ground area. And now we've got numbers towards ramp position. Mihu needs to continue to fall back. He's outstayed his welcome. Maybe not quite sure what he should do. Normally you would see a CT side successfully fall back from that position into the B bomb site. He has been unable to do so, but LDLC are rotating into the arms of Neo. The trade isn't there from Twanu. Now the bomb's been lost. And Armanek is on his own. Down he goes, takes out Morels. Neo's picks up an AWP in the meantime. Morels ahead of the smoke that Neo just dropped. Sorry, it's Snatchy. And now he's behind it. So Armanek can, well, I think he has to wait out this smoke grenade. There won't be much time left. Snatchy watching Squeaky, Neo watching the Hearts. There goes Snatchy very quickly indeed. The bomb inside main, 15 seconds. Now, if he collects it sooner, he could try and rotate towards B, but options will all be taken away. Neo holding the angle. Only one man surviving, but it has put LDLC into eco territory.
They have indeed, but they're on the T side, so there is a way for them to do something on this round. You can always find a way. They don't decide to really spend too much, which obviously makes sense. They have a full buy in the next round. $2,400 will be awarded them as the third loss bonus. But the question is how they get damage here. They're looking to challenge ramp, and it's headshot position for Mihu, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get shot in the face, and they'll drop into his M4, but they're going to be able to get the kill at least onto Mihu, so they can pick that one up. And Amanek will go down, as will Devaduvek. And that's it, 6-14. It's the third round in a row for VP, but the buy comes in once again for LDLC, and we'll see whether or not they're going to be able to get a more successful round going here. The French, that is. Good chunk of utility to follow up with those AKs. And it's going to be also a question of whether they want to go fast or slow against VP. Looking pretty fast at the moment towards that upper bomb site. Speaking of which, Morels charges through hard. He's going to get absolutely wrecked as well. And 3 players dead immediately, just like that.
Oh dear. Well, seems the raid won't be so long after all. What do you do if you're Snatchy? What choice is there, really? Well, Neo's got 4,400 in the bank. Morels will have a okay buy. Pasha and Mihu, well, I guess Snatchy can drop if he manages to survive. So we'll see what can be done. Wonder what the implications of this match are for LDLC.
Yeah, it's we'll see the scoreboard afterwards, so we'll get to see it, visualize it. Visual confirmation will be achieved. One more round for LDLC to shut this down, and looking like they're good for it. They did run the last round with a rush though, and obviously you can't just rush every round. It's easy, very easy to defend if there's no element of surprise. Smoke's going outside. Very good catch from Twanu. He's been really good at those shots. He's catching the elbow there of his opponent. Mihu there with a push through the trophy room, through a radio into lobby. Eventually gets traded out though. 4 versus 3 for LDLC.
Everything goes quiet. Neo with the UMP. More health than Devaduvek. Can't find a headshot. 3v3. Here's the glass broken. We see Astralis, they have a player at Squeaky open a door. At the same time, they have a player lower open a door to conceal the opening of the door on B bomb site, which is funky. No such play needed, though, for LDLC, who have position. They have a man advantage. And now it gets even better. Morels versus France. So far, so good for Morels. 2 more to find. He doesn't have a defuse kit. I'm not sure if there is one in the vicinity nearby. One in a relevant position. Opens the door. Knows who one person is, but he'll get taken out by the second. 16-6, a solid victory on Nuke for LDLC. And again, much needed points in the bag once more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Really nice to see that they had so much success here, and it does make you think that after watching their game against NIP that it's just that stylistic matchup. NIP just made them look a lot worse, and I think NIP are a really good counter to some teams specifically. They just seem to be very strong in certain matchups, and well, VP, they've been having a lot of issues here or there, and we can see glimpses of success.
Oh my god.
We can see glimpses of success.
What are you doing?
So often, but it's not to be here against LDLC, and we can see this was quite a quick one. Yeah.
Again, solid points on the board for LDLC, and we can see the statistics. 2,600 damage for Alex, a great game for him, and he's been a standout for LDLC in the last few weeks. 24 for 12, great stuff from him. I'm not sure if we're going to see the leaderboard or not, see how things are doing for LDLC now. Interesting, they've lost 8 games, and the 3 teams above them have lost 7 games, but they've still got 2 games to play. Someone's probably going to lose a match, so it's really in the open as to who's going to close out the land spots. We'll have to see in the games to come.